Hi, this is Sofia Diez. Welcome to my humble abode. We are going to now make sangria to top off Latin American History Month. And I'm really excited, so I will give a brief introduction about Moy. My abuelito came from Spain, and he would later on become dean at the Latin History Department. My grandfather met a young, beautiful Nicaraguan, my abuelita, and they went on to get married in 1962. Had some rugrats. My dad's in the middle. But by the time that my father was 13 years old, my grandparents had divorced, and the Nicaraguan Revolution came full throttle. Fortunately, with the help of my aunt who worked in the airline industry, my family was able to get out of there. Came to Miami and eventually gained their own citizenship. In parallel, my own mother left the Philippines due to the Marcos dictatorship. So in 1993, these two lovebirds met in the Georgetown waterfront in Washington, D.C., and in 1995 had an adorable baby. And that adorable baby grew up knowing that education is empowerment and went on to get a bachelor's in science and mechanical engineering from Johns Hopkins University and is now doing a master's in engineering at Cornell University for systems engineering. And now we'll finally get to making sangria. Okay, here are my assistants.
Hola.
Say hi.
Hello.
So first you need oranges. And then you're gonna go on and chop them up. Then pour those chopped up oranges right into that pitcher. Great, first step done. Next, apples. And PSA, don't forget to wash the fruit. And then chop, chop, chop. And then you can put it right into that pitcher. Next ingredient is going to be canned pineapples. You could probably cut up your own pineapples, but we went with canned because it's just easier. You also pour out the juice. If you wanted to save that juice to add it for sweetness, that's totally on you. So now we add the two main ingredients to sangria. For us, my family does Mountain Dew and the Burgundy from Carlo Rossi. And you just put it in, go, and that's it for the liquids. And the final ingredient is sugar. You're going to go on and pour as much sugar to your own discretion on top of this sweet, sweet, beautiful drink. And after you do that, giving it a good stir, it's ready to be served. So give yourself a pat on the back and take a well-earned drink. And that is how you make sangria. So now you can have a lovely meal with all the recipes the rest of the Latin American network have given you. This is the meal that my family had right after making that dish. We have spinach tortilla, manzoron, and manchego cheese to go with a nice glass of sangria. So while I still have the mantle, I really wanted to take the moment to tell you about three big Latin treasures that I hold close to my chest. Start with, I don't know how many of you remember the 1994 The Mask movie with Jim Carrey. I was just remembering as we all wear masks now during COVID. And so when you think about the mask, one of the big iconic things were the cut of his suit. And there's actually a lot of historical relevance to this style of suit. And to understand this suit, we should go back to the 1930s, to where it all began.
I've got a suit with the wreath complete with the drapery and stuff. Come to look sharp enough, see my Sunday gap.
The Zoot Suit originated in the 1930s African American communities such as Harlem, Chicago, and Detroit, and it was really popularized by the jazz singers. So the Zoot Suits in the 1940s made it to the West Coast, and it became a part of the Puchuca and Puchuco counterculture of liking jazz music, of dancing and going to dance halls and wearing these bright, flamboyant suits. However, as you can see, there's a lot of excess fabric, especially because they were worn to allow the dancer to have more freedom of movement. And as we were entering war times, and because of racial tensions already present in the city, were due to the fact that Zoot Suits were associated with pinchucos, which by media portrayal had become associated with being a gangster or a thug. And also at the same point in time, you have the military building housing and a base within the Los Angeles area for servicemen who were going to go serve in the Pacific. And so in the servicemen's eyes, the Zoot Suit became a symbol of unpatriotism, especially because of the excess material it required. It ultimately led to a summer of violence in 1943, which is famously called the Zoot Suit Riots. and I won't get into it here. You can research it on your own. But it is important to know that it came to such a boiling point that the governor at the time banned zoot suits, which is why it's important for us to know why the zoot suit exists. The second treasure I want to talk about is Rita Moreno, and if you don't know who she is, maybe this will help you remember.
I like to be in America, okay by me in America, everything free in America.
Rita Moreno's 1961 breakout role in the West Side Story almost led her to quit acting. Makeup artists colored her skin darker, and Moreno, who is already a native Puerto Rican, felt her accent didn't make sense, and she resented being asked to sing America, which had lines like Puerto Rico, you ugly island, island of tropic disease. She spoke up and the lyrics were changed, and since then, in her 70-year-long career, Moreno has never stopped fighting against typecasting and for fair representations of Latinos. Another inspirational fact about Rita Moreno is that she is the first Latina ever to have won or achieved EGOT, which is that she has won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony in her 70-year career. And nowadays she's in One Day of a Time Netflix show, which represents a modern-day Latino family where she embodies everybody's abuelita.
Alegre como el tambor, llevo el rítmico tumbao, llevo el rítmico tumbao, de África en el corazón. Hija de una isla.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that she's undeniably badass. And the third treasure is, well, I think we can let him introduce himself.
This is the incredible, talented Lin Manuel Miranda. Creator and star of our next nominee for Best Musical. Baby, just do your thing. Do it in the Heights. Do your thing.
Okay, got it. Lights up on Washington Heights, up at the dawning. I wipe down the awning. Hey y'all, good morning. I am Snobby. You probably never heard my name. Reports of my fame are greatly exaggerated, exacerbated by the fact that my syntax is highly complicated, cause I immigrated from the single greatest little place in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. I love it. Jesus, I'm jealous of it. And beyond that, ever since my folks passed on, I haven't gone back. Oh man, I gotta get on that.
So the amazing thing about In the Heights, which came out in 2008, is that it represents an Latino-centric neighborhood in Upper New York City, portraying about the economic and personal struggles that the neighborhood faces together. And it's a very powerful story, and it gave voice and brought the Latino experience onto the Broadway stage. Due to the success of In the Heights, the Obama administration went on to invite Lin Manuel Miranda to the White House, thinking that he would perform a piece focused on the Latino experience in America, but he gave something very different to them. You may know it.
I'm thrilled the White House called me tonight because I'm actually working on a hip-hop album. It's a concept album about the life of someone I think embodies hip-hop, Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton. You laugh, but it's true. How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter.
To your union and the hope that you provide. May you always be satisfied.
This is Hamilton.
So this isn't just a plug for all of Lin Manuel Miranda's work. I really think that Lin Manuel Miranda is an amazing person because he brings minorities to the stage, to the party, to the table, and his work shows his creativity, his tenacity. So the way I want to end this is by playing another song from another project that Lin Manuel Miranda also worked on. It's a little movie called Moana.
A song that I sing in the movie is called You're Welcome and Thank You. And it was written by Lin, and I figure since we're here, it's a celebration.
Oh, you want to drop a little You're Welcome on him?
Oh, word?
I think we dropped some "You're Welcome."
Yeah.
Hey, what can I say except you're welcome for the wonderful world you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. 'Cause I'm gonna need that boat. Hey, I'm sailing away, you're welcome. 'Cause now we can do everything but float. You're welcome, and thank you.